Well, that's a cracking start, isn't it? I have technical issues already. So I apologize for the late start. England are playing rugby, obviously. That's part of the deal. But the other part is that I've got no idea what's going on. Anyway, we've got the wonderful Steph. He's with us. Hello, Steph. You all right?
Hello.
And we've got the wonderful Carl, who is semi with us.
Hello.
Yay! No, that's not what was meant to happen. God damn it. Sorry, I'm watching television. Let me turn that off because that's very rude of me. Anyway, so the intro wasn't quite working quite well because the assets in which I have for it have changed and I can't change them back, and I don't know why. So I am locked into the wrong set of assets. Who knows? Joys of StreamYard and a computer that is on its legs already. Anyway, so let's have a quick look, see who is here. So obviously I said hello to everybody. We've got the wonderful Dan there, who says, evening, mate. Evening, mate. You're right. Often known as Bob, as well as Dan. Steve is there. Totally Scale Models. Evening, Steve. We have got the Real Man. Oh, that's a long. The Real Man wearing a kilt. I got it. Belgium kilt. Hey, Dieter. All right. You've really got to do a shorter name, man.
Yep.
Matthew is there saying good evening, everyone. Had a really productive day. Got lots of stuff primed. Cool. Lovely. And the wonderful Bill is there listening to the fanfare for the common man. Just in the mood. Jolly good. And that's me just saying bear with us, obviously. Where are we? So Budget Modeler is there. Obviously Steph is in the studio saying hello to everybody. And everyone saying hello to each other, etc., etc. So that's where we are. So yeah, the idea of this evening was just to have a little roundup of what's going on with the 48 and 48. The reason being is a few things have changed this year, or will change this year. So it's going to be an interesting year all in all. But before we do that, why don't you tell us in the chat if you're ready for the weekend, next weekend, and what you might be building. If you've got any questions about the weekend, what you think, or what you don't know, rather, let us know in the comments, because we can answer some questions while we're here as well. Carl and myself are just looking after the UK section. Steph is our auctioneer for the UK section and will also be with the Australian crew. And they are this year in charge of their own section. So the wonderful Joe's in. Hi, Joe. And nice to see you, buddy. That one there, sorry. And he's saying good evening. Hi, Joe. And Karen's there as well. Said hello. And Carl's there as well, saying hello. Right, so before we crack on with all the bits and pieces, are you ready for the weekend now, Steph? Good answer.
No, but hey, bring it on.
Jolly good. How about yourself, Carl?
Still deciding which kit. But other than that, yeah, pretty much ready to go.
Do you know, I thought I'd managed to twist your arm on something, but
We'll see.
Okay. He's playing coy. Love it. So where should we kick off? Okay, so let's just talk about the timings, etc. So for those of you that are joining, there are 14 of you watching. So welcome to the channel and welcome to the briefing. If you're new, this is the Model Officers channel, which is myself, and it's part of the Model Officers mess group on Facebook, and that's what this event is all about. It's about to celebrate the birthday of that group, and we raise a bit of money for a wonderful charity as well. The idea is that you build a model that hasn't been started, and that is it. It doesn't matter what scale it is. It doesn't matter what item it is. You don't even have to finish it. So it's really just about cracking open a brand new kit, enjoying the weekend, getting involved in the conversations and bits and pieces that are going on, and have a laugh, basically. So that is the crux of it. I can see a few extra people are joining. I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes. But so yeah, the crux, the main purpose of the event is to talk about mental health. Obviously, we're going to raise some money for Models for Heroes, which is a charity organisation in which has beneficiaries from the armed forces as well as the civilian forces, whether they're working or retired, that have anxiety and mental health issues, and they use model making as a form of therapy. So it fits quite nicely into that conversation about mental health. Models for Heroes has been going for 9 years, and Malcolm Childs is the brains behind the operation, and he has put together an amazing team who go around the country. They wish they went around the world. They go around the country to different model shows promoting the charity, and they do face-to-face sessions and they do online sessions as well. So all the bases are covered, and all the volunteers. Obviously, no one's paid for the organisation at all, including Malcolm, who works very hard for it. So all the money that is generated for the organisation goes into the organisation and to the front line, to the beneficiaries, which is an amazing thing in itself. So yeah, so that is what you're being briefed about. That is what's happening next weekend. Starts on Friday at 7:30 in the evening, wherever you are in the world. So if you're in New York, it starts at 7:30. If you are in Bangkok, it starts at 7:30 on the Friday, the same Friday as everyone else. If you're in Australia, 7:30 in the evening on Friday. Everywhere it's the same. Obviously, with time zones, that makes a bit of fun for 48 hours, because it ends up around about 65 hours worth of streaming or more, depending on how much we run over, which we generally do every year. So somewhere between 65 and 70 hours worth of streaming for your entertainment. And in amongst that, obviously, we're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about model making. We're going to have the opportunity to talk to some people about model making. We're going to be taught some tricks and stuff by model makers. We may even have a few guests pop in, either physically. I've got room in here. It's okay. Physically in one form or another, or by video message. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's always quite fun to find out who's coming in and who isn't. God, that sounds so wrong. Anyway, help me out. So why don't we talk about the auctions? Because I know you're all dying to know, and someone is definitely dying to talk about it. And now give me a minute or two to sup on some coffee and give you all a break. But before I do that, I'm going to hand over to Steph for that, because obviously Steph is our auctioneer in the UK. And let me catch up with the chat quickly. So we got the wonderful Tiffany, and she says, "I'm really ready. Well, finally got my airbrush and accessories. I'll be building a Eurofighter Typhoon," because she talks like that. The voices seem to change every week.
Where is this going? Where is this going?
Oh yeah, it's probably to the whiskey bottle as soon as I can. Phil says, "And good evening all." Tiff is saying she's sharing the stream. Well done, Tiff. You're amazing.
Nice.
And John Mayfield says, "Evening, gents," and James.
He's a charmer.
He is, yeah. And Tiff says, good to see the running joke is carrying on. And she said that just like me. She's very good with voices. Is that Tiff? Anyway, I've babbled on. Before I hand over to Steph, Carl, is there anything you want to say at all, or shall I just let rip with Steph?
Let Steph get on with it.
Oh,
I can't talk much, so as you can probably hear from my voice.
I think we should get Carl talking for a bit. Get that voice going.
I was just trying to see your face, Steph. It's making me wait more. Oh my God. Over to you, Steph.
Cool. Thanks very much for that, James. Can you share my screen for me?
No.
So there we go. This is a full list of auction lots for this year in the UK and Europe. So if you want to find out exactly what's in there, have a better look, then go to 48-48.org, click on auction, then click on the UK flag, and that'll take you to this. So I'm not going to go through in depth of each lot. I'm just going to go through which donors we have this year. So we've doubled our donors. So we've gone from 16 up to 32 donors, which is brilliant. And we've doubled the amount of lot. Well, we actually tripled it. But we've had to reduce it down because we're doing a auction on the Friday night, the Saturday night, and the Sunday night. There will also be some auction lots that will be dropped all the way through. So we will do those. So we have got back again FX. Thank you very much, guys. Rubicon are back. EBMA. Thank you very much, Rubicon and EBMA. Hobby Company. Thank you, guys. Revell are back.
Nice.
And they have got some cracking lots there. SMS is back. Thank you, Scott, for the fourth year. I can't remember. Models for Heroes are in. They've several good lots there. James May signed, and also Chris Packham. I don't know whether you saw it a week or so ago. Models for Heroes were on the One Show. Yep, they got Chris Packham to sign it. The Edward Spitfire dual combo. Salisbury Model Centre back again. Tiger Hobbies back again. Edward back again. Model U back again. Grafting Well back again. Mason Models back again. Modelers United also back again. New ones we have on Gizmo 3D. Thank you very much for joining us. Das Werk decided to join us as well. Airscale as well. Qatari also. Albion Alloys. Top Notch Masks. Cosmic Scale Models. Steve will know
that's
that.
a good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is a cracker. Hinkley Model Centre. Brilliant. Thank you, Simon. I've got 3 cracking kits there. DBMK, the 132nd Sea Fury. Now, this lot you will not get until, I believe, the middle of April, as it's not released, and it will be the second one off the production line, and you will have a certificate to prove it.
Certificate?
A certificate. Yep, we give certificates for this lot.
Yes.
Gentleman by the name of Paul, we've got 2 signed Corsair pictures, but signed by the pilot. So they're quite nice, and he actually made the model. FX Magazine have given us some subscriptions.
That's nice.
Lee, yes, that's a cracker, that is. Cheers, Stu. Ultimate Modelling Products, cheers, Lee. That is a horrendous bundle. Look at that lot. All those things. And also Ninja Prints, Horus Guard bust, and a Judge Dredd bust. They look awesome. They do. Model Works, that is also a signed box by a, oh good lord, I've got it written down, but I can't remember his name. He's a Flight Louis who flew them in World War II. He's got the DFC. The details will be on the auction list. So that is another cracker. Guideline Publications have donated several 148th and 132nd decals for World War I aircraft. They're a new one. Welcome along. Same as Model Works. A new one as well. Zukimura. They have donated the SWS Focke-Wulf 190A4 and their brand new tooling that came out in October, the BF 109G4. We also have a Wing Leader books, 2 Hurricanes, 2 Spitfires, and a Lancaster. They're a new one. Gary's stuff is a new one. He's donated the SAM-2 guided missile kit from Airfix, the vintage range. And also Beyond the Box Art, the IPMS official podcast. They are offering a co-host position. So go and have a look, see what there is, see what you fancy. But I will warn you now, these will not go in this order. If there's something on there that you fancy, that you've seen, you'll have to tune in for each auction. So
the good news is that the auctions in all the streams will be done at prime time. I'm not going to say any more about it right now, but it will be a prime time. So the peak sort of time when people are going to be watching is when the auctions will happen. However, the difference for us in the UK is we will have some lots that we will just drop when we fancy dropping it. So it could be anywhere along the 48 hours. It could be in the afternoon, it could be in the evening, it could be the morning, it could be anything. So the reason for that is we have got a large number of lots, and we wanted to make sure we had enough time to interact with you rather than it just be 48 hours constant auction. Excuse me. And also we felt that the items that we'll drop will be items in which people would want, but they may go for a bit cheaper than the prime time, if that makes sense. So it allows everybody with their pockets, however deep they may be, to get involved. Of course, if you I can't show you because I'm in the wrong bloody assets, but there will be in the top left hand corner a QR code for donating. If you go to the website, which is 48-48.org, you can pop a donation in there to a Just Giving page, or you can drop a payment into PayPal if that's more convenient for you, and we'll transfer that across. So that's all open and raring to go. So if you want to make a donation as you watch this video, please do so. It's not a big problem. Oh God, what am I doing here? I'm multitasking. It's not a good move. So yeah, so there's lots there, and there will be some things that go for crazy money, and there will be some things that won't go for crazy money. So, but just be aware where we were talking a moment ago about ultimate products, for example, they're bundles. I've listed them as a bundle. So when you see the picture, it'll make a little bit more sense to you. But it was just a way of, rather than list everything that's in that bundle, it's easier to do it that way.
Yep.
So there you go. Yeah.
Auctions over the pond and underground.
Say it again. Sorry.
I said there will, of course, be auctions for the US and down under as well.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So let's talk about those actually.
Do you want me to go through to them?
Yeah, you can do if you want to. So basically, you go onto the website, and that's the page you're going to look at, and you select the area you want to be in. You got Australasia, so Australia, New Zealand, etc. The UK and the US. So, yeah. So, do you want to go through that, Steph? As you've got it there?
Yep, I can go through this. So we've got co-host position with Beyond the Box Art. Canberra Hobby Centre, Galleria, Hobbyco, there's Hobartville Hobbies, Hobbyville Australia, Icky Sticky, Qatari, and I love that name. Qatari, the Scalecraft Studios, SMS, Mecca Plus, Metro Hobbies, and On the Bench. Those three to be announced. So
Nice.
that's what we've got in Australia.
So just as we look at Australia, just be aware that those that are watching in that area of the world, we've got a lot of new people come and join us for the auction this year. There is some progress, I think would be the right phrase, in how do I put it, in promoting mental health, similar to Models for Heroes down in Australia. I'm not going to say anything more about it than that because it's looking very, very positive. I think that's the easiest way of saying it. So that's going to be pretty super exciting. And a massive thank you to everybody that's got involved because some of those are relatively last minute. And some of those we've had to ask them not to give us quite so much because we're intending on being a lot more generous than what's on there. So a massive thank you for that. Obviously, if you are in that end of the world or you know someone that's in that end of the world, please promote the auction and the event. I am aware through 5 or 6 different sources this year that model makers are going into stores and asking if the stores are part of it, or so the Models for Heroes and the event has become quite well known. So that's really, really great and positive, especially for the team down under. They've worked really, really hard this year, and like I said, this year is the year that they're taking the full reins, and we're letting them loose. God help us. I just quickly catch the chat. Bill is just saying, great job gathering those sponsors. Thank you very much, Bill. Dan is saying, wow, some absolutely brilliant lots there. Yep, it certainly is. And Karen is just saying, let's go Anzacs. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm aware that it's building a bit of traction. It has been a little bit slow in the down under. I really must write some of these phrases down and avoid them. It's building traction, and I think that's amazing. So well done to everybody that's been involved promoting it, and we'll talk about it more over the weekend. So the US, obviously you go back to the same page and you press the right flag, etc. This year, so I'll give you no I won't. So let's have a quick skip through. Who we got that's donating here, Steph?
This year we have Tamiya USA again, the Plastic Posse. Thank you very much, gents. Tankcraft, Bases by Bill, AK Interactive, PPP, Rick Lawler, Jim Bates, a Scale Canadian, The Model Box, Duke's Models, Model Officer Official Merch, TBD, Matters of Scale, Alan Rivard. No.
Keep going.
Luft Shop, Jim Rice, Value Gear, Bradley Hobbies, Sprue Brews Barbecues.
Nice, I like that name.
Yes, great name. Micro World Games, Furball Aero Design, Lionheart Hobby, Qatari, Sprueman Group, AMPS, and Beyond the Box Art.
So this year there has been a little bit of controversy in the fact that obviously we were, I wouldn't say tranced. Tranced is a wrong phrase. really
Not
belittles the effort the Americans put in last year. They raised a great deal of money. And not that we didn't put the effort in this end of the world either or anywhere else, but yeah, it's Steph has risen to the challenge, and well done for all the work he's done. But on hearing the efforts of what Steph has done, I have to tell him live today that unfortunately they are nipping at your heels big time.
Good.
So in the UK, we've got 92 lots. In the US, as it stands right now, we have 75 lots.
Cracky.
And in the Australasia, we have around about 35 to 40 lots. So we are over the 200 lot mark for the whole weekend, which I've got to be honest, very nervous about. But whoop, go for everybody. Beard Veteran Creates is in the house. He's saying hello and saying the US are basically donating the entire model shop again this year. I see. Well, not quite. No, no. They have been at the moment. They have been. What's the word we want to use, Steph?
Slacking.
They're slacking. Well, I wouldn't have been that brave if I'm honest, but I would certainly say that they are. They're a little bit behind the curve right now. But there is a week to go. And I literally had a meeting with them today. And I suspect that they may have let the dogs loose. So yeah, who knows? But well done to everybody who's got involved and donated, and all the efforts everybody across the board has put in. I mean, we're very fortunate in the UK that we nominated Steph to do it, and we've had nothing to do with it. So Steph's just got on with it.
Yes, very well done indeed.
Thank you, Carl.
So yeah, a big warning to you all really is please make sure. I mean, I want you to ensure that you enjoy the weekend. I don't want there to be any financial issues. So talk to the bank manager now, whether that be the wife or the one that lives in that big building where all your money's stored, and make sure that you have limits, and please don't go crazy. There will be sniping. Sniping is a must because it's entertaining. However, don't get caught out sniping because I would feel terribly guilty. So yeah, that's all of that. Some other stuff in which we've done for this year. We've done a patch. Now the patches have been ordered. They will be here, but there is a delay in manufacturing them, which is out of my hands, unfortunately. But they are. Everybody that's paid for them has been notified that we've received the money and that their name is one side. And however many patches they've ordered are there now. There may be an opportunity to grab some stuff still, or we might auction a couple of patches off throughout the weekend, which Steph knows nothing about because I've literally just said it. But let's wait and see, because I had a couple more added to that have asked if they can have their patches, which happens every year, even though I put a deadline, etc., etc. But hey ho. And then if Steph shared his screen again, we could talk about the other thing in which we've been doing. Well, I say we've been doing, Carl's been doing. So Carl is our merch man who literally all year scours the world for special items that we can put our merch on.
Shared.
And luckily, we're in a position where if you go to the website, which is 48-48.org, we have a marketplace, and that has all of the items there. Now, these links will take you to the marketplace. The marketplace is off this website, and it is run by a company called T-Shirt Studios. And you'll see the whole selection that we've worked very hard over. There is aprons, hoodies, bucket hats, and t-shirts. Now the t-shirts very special this year because not only have you got a very funky thing on the front, but you've also got some personalization on the back of them. So you've got seen, forward, dark, seen, forward, dark, and again. Begin,
dark.
sorry. Now, these all relate to mental health, to journeys within mental health, and maybe some of these may ring true with you and where you are, or you might know someone that's in that particular thing. So yeah, it's tried to be a little bit more meaningful this year in the merch, and they look lovely. We also got a water bottle, got a cap as well. No shower this year, no shower curtain, couldn't do that. Or socks, yeah. But we do have mugs. We got mugs. We got loads of mugs. So we've got land, we've got air, we have got sea, and then we have a couple of special 48 and 48 mugs, which is one is this is not paint water, and the other one is this is paint water or something like that. Yeah, paint water, not paint water. There we go. Funny story. I don't know if you did. I don't know if I told you this, Carl. That the Mr. Childs himself bought one of these mugs.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, he bought the one that said paint water, but he wanted the one that said not paint water. So he's written on it not paint water or not.
Yeah.
he didn't get it. There you go.
Oh dear.
So you can get around it, but yeah, you can't make it up really. But anyway, yeah, that's this year. These are all the merch. It's all available. Will be available after the event as well, and it'll just run for however long. Now these items can be posted anywhere in the world. It is a UK-based company. The reason we've gone with them rather than Redbubble, which we used last year, is because of the element of profit. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be totally upfront about it. They are roughly the same prices as what we charged last year with Redbubble, but we were making 50p or something like that an item.
Yeah,
not an awful lot. This, a lot better. And we within I think 2 weeks, was it, Carl? We'd taken in profit. We'd taken the same amount of profit that we took last year within the first 2 weeks. So that helps towards the money that goes to Models for Heroes, and I assure you, all of the profit from this goes to Models for Heroes. All of the profit from the event goes to Models for Heroes. And there are zero costs involved for putting the event on. So 100% of what you give, whether it be through a bid-in for a kit that you really, really want, or a physical donation you make, or buying some merch or whatever, every bit of that money goes direct to them. What I tend to do, or what I do, is the only thing the only thing I put to one side is the postage money, remember, because all the items that you buy, you have to add postage to. You're paying for that postage. That's not part of your bid. So all I do is take the postage out and put it to one side, and everything else goes into the Just Giving page. And the reason for that is because it's clear. Everyone can see where the money's coming from, etc., etc. And Just Giving give that money to Models for Heroes, and it's all done by them, and there's a nice clean transition that you can look at. If anyone ever questioned the honesty of anybody involved in this, they could look at it and go, oh yeah, okay, I can see it's gone from there to there, and it's got to Models for Heroes, and so it's all very transparent. So yeah, that's the merch. Don't forget to buy your merch. And I say this year is a bit special. I seem to remember oh yeah, no, okay. So there will be a surprise bit of merch that will go up of the weekend of the event. only. So that's something a little special, because I've bought a couple of things and gone, oh, actually, that's really good. I like that. So yes, so we will have a couple of those items go up, and that will be from probably Thursday, I would think they'll go up. And Carl, our designer, doesn't know anything about that either.
I do, because you've showed me.
You do now.
Yeah, so I do like a few surprises, as you all know. But yeah, so watch out for that too. So yeah, everything you need is on the website, the 48-48.org. The last thing in which before we take that off your screen will be the if we go back to the home page. Sorry, I just suddenly thought I would need to use that. So we go back to the home page, which is that. It's all about us. But if you go to the albums section, this is where your work is. So everyone that participates, we put your work up on there, and it's there forever. It was going to be just for 1 year, but I've redesigned it in a way in which it will be there forever. So this is last year's pictures, and as you can see, they're there, and that's great. If you can go back for me though, Steph, and let's go on to this year. Now, no one's obviously done their work yet. However, everybody that's signed up through the home page, the front page of this website, there's a sign in button right at the bottom. Everyone that signed up, your name's already there. It's waiting for your pictures of your builds, every single one. So if your name isn't up there and you want it to be up there, you need to go onto the 48-48.org website, and right at the bottom on the front page, right at the bottom, is a white button that will say sign up. You sign up, and I get an email, and your name goes up in lights. The other thing is there we go, and that's what you sign up with. And it's just a Google form. It's just very, very basic. But can I just please ask you, when it says name, don't put Bob or John or whatever your first name is. Please put your full name. Or if you don't want to give your full name, and I totally understand why you might not, use a username or something like that. If you've got a particular name you use when you're watching YouTube, that's fine. But something I can identify you with, because I already have 3 Gavins, 4 Johns, and 2 Daves. I've got no idea what their surnames are. I've just got those names. That's it. And their email doesn't give it away either, so that doesn't help. So when you send your pictures in, if I don't know which Dave you are or which Gavin you are, I don't know if you signed up or not. So when it comes to putting the pictures in, if I haven't got the surnames, I'll take the name off, because I can't justify where it goes. Anyway, if we go back a minute to the front page, sorry. So the other things in which you might want to know about is it's not those 3 buttons that are there are not all active. So we've got news, and we've got themes, and we've got tips and tricks. Now, tips and tricks will come live after the event, probably the middle of this year, and there will be videos in which you can use to watch about tips and tricks about your model making. So that will be a continual thing that will add on from now on. The themes is quite simple. It's just to keep you up to date what the themes are throughout the years, and what the theme is on this year, which we'll cover in a minute or two. But the news section is the one that you really need to keep an eye on, especially in this last week. If you click on that, you will see stories that go up on a regular basis about what's going on, what's gone live, etc., etc. So at the moment, the timetable, which I haven't asked Steph to look at, but for obvious reasons, there isn't one there at the moment because it's not gone live. But it will go live, and I will write in there in the news section, it's gone live, so you know it's gone live. But in there are lots of different things about the donors being finalised, activities that have been going on with Models for Heroes, and all sorts of stuff. One of the things we had this year was from Airfix, and that was a bundle on their website for a very fine price. You got 3 kits and you got 48% off the retail price, which is quite a nice bundle. And the theme, as always, is a model that's not started. It's as simple as that. We've gone with air, sea, and land. I think this year was the main theme. So anything that falls within that category, which basically is anything that is in a model form, basically. Yeah, and there you go. So that's all of the news that's there at the moment. And obviously, when the patches are available or about to be sent out, I will pop it in there as well as send emails, etc. Or if there's any leftovers or bits and pieces, that'll all be in the news section. You'll have to keep an eye on it. I will post it up on the social medias, but that's the place to look and keep looking. Right, let's have a quick look at the chat and let's have a look. So Andrew is there saying good day all. Good day indeed from Wollongong in Australia. Hello. Thank you for joining. You probably haven't missed it, but there's a Mighty Fine auction set of lots that you can check out on the website 48-48.org. And if you've got some model making friends that might want to get involved, get them involved. Really important. Bearded Veteran says, what about a YouTube name? Asking for a friend, Lolo. Yeah, like I said, you can put a YouTube name on there or a name that you go by. That's just something that I can identify with. Yeah, of course you go by the name Dave, but there's lots of Daves in the world. Dave C or Dave whatever would be better than just Dave. Tiff is just saying is probably put modders in. Yeah, everybody knows you as modders. Yeah, you can do that. I don't mind. And Beard Veteran also says, can I say Steph is looking very smart in his fresh haircut? Indeed, he does. Very good, well spotted. Oh, hang on, this has just jumped. That's why.
Crazy's in.
It's crazy. Crazy's there. Hi, babe. Babe. Where did that come from? Anyway. Oh, look at that. He's gifted 10 model officer memberships to the channel. So well done. Thank you very much, Crazy. You are crazy, and that's amazing. But yeah, so 10 of you that are watching will be surprised to suddenly be members of the channel, which is lovely. We won't talk about it tonight because it's not about that. It's about the event. So, but Crazy, as always, you're amazing. Very nice of you. He wants a song, but I can't. I'm in the wrong section of StreamYard and I can't change it, which is really quite annoying. I've got to figure out why it does that. And Andrew is just saying, I think I stuffed up my sign up. It's just Andrew. Want me to sign up again? No, that's not a problem, Andrew. If you signed up and you just put your first name, that's fine, not a problem. Don't sign up again. Just drop me a message and say, hi, I'm Andrew. My name is, I can't remember if there was a whereabouts in the world you are.
Yes, there is.
The questions, I think there is. So now I know you're Andrew and you're in Australia. I know who you are. So that's okay. But yeah, drop me a message because I will forget. My memory's awful. But that's all good. Crazy says it's all about the beneficiaries and the fellowship. Absolutely. Totally is, buddy. Totally is. So there you go. That I think we've covered everything, guys. What do you think? Is there anything we've missed out?
Not that I can think of.
Nope. Just get ready. Here we go.
2, 3, 4.
So the last bit of advice to you all, those that are going to get involved and be a part of this madness. If you haven't chosen your kit yet, the only advice I can give you is choose wisely. Choose something that's not too difficult. If you want to go for that challenge of finishing, remember you don't have to finish.
Unless you're Dutch, of course.
Well, yeah, unless you're Dutch, of which you need to put lightning effects in this year, and not just lightning,
full diorama,
smoke effects, and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, so you
Jeez.
just be wise in what you do, and always fall back on that one thing I just said, is that you don't have to finish it, so don't worry too much. You know, if you want to build a part of a 1/16 kit, as long as it hasn't been started, do what you like. It's fine. Karen says, great brief guys. Made the wife watch it. No, yeah. Well, yeah. Look, the end of the day, I think that's a really good, important thing to suggest to everybody. Bear in mind that, you know, if you are going to take part for the weekend, whether it be half the weekend or some time, obviously we've got family and friends around us that look after us, and if they have stepped to one side to allow you to participate, make sure you give them a cuddle and a hug and just say thanks. You know, it doesn't take a lot. They're there to support you, and by allowing you the ability to the space to do that, then you know it deserves something. So thank you to all the people that are behind us, people taking part, who are going to be looking after us throughout. And I will come back to that in a second, because there is one thing I haven't said. Bill says, will there be dioramas? Yes, there will be dioramas, Bill. If you have time and you feel that you want to make a diorama, you can. I myself will be making something which may be conceived as a diorama. In the years past, I have gone out my way to do all sorts of different types of things, picture frames, bases, all sorts. So yeah, there will be dioramas and extra points if you do a diorama. If you manage to do a model build and a diorama in 48 hours, there'll be a big pat on the back for you, definitely.
So what about a model build, diorama, and a model that's lit?
Well, you see, now I've not spoken to any of the Dutch guys this year yet. I know there are a couple. Oh no, I lie. Actually, I spoke to one today. Anyway, I know there are a few that will be joining us, and they generally light stuff and put all sorts of things into their build. So yeah, if you can think of something to build between now and then that involves lighting, smoke effects, and you know, all that, all the bells and whistles, well done. Good luck to you. And I'll be excited to see what you've done. So yes, there will be dioramas because that is a model. So I might be starting a model that's not been started or even put together. Any way, shape, or form. I'll let you figure out what I mean by that. Crazy says, he says something. He says, I'm glad to see everyone. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, it's good to see everybody. Oh, look at that. And we have the craft station. Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you for a while.
Look to it today, you pilchard.
I know. The wonderful Lisa is there with us as well. Hi, Lisa. I have what I'm making. All will be revealed next week. Good. I might surprise you actually this year. I've got a couple of options. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. How about you, Carl?
Someone tried to talk me into lighting this year.
No, I didn't. No. I didn't try and talk you into it. I didn't try at all.
You bullied me.
Yeah. Once I'd taken my foot off your neck, you agreed. Let's see what the problem is. Anyway, right. So there you go. So that is pretty much everything I can think of that I need to brief you on, apart from the one last thing, and it's a little bit of advice. Yeah, I know. Put it down.
Okay.
You'll spoil surprise. So yeah, the last thing in which I just want to re-emphasize to everybody is, obviously it's 48 hours. It's super important. You'll be reminded all the way through the weekend to get up off your backside and walk around, etc. And it's really super important that you do that. Have a cup of coffee, have something to eat, make sure you sleep, all those things, and we will bully you to make sure you go and do that, or we hope you do. And that includes everyone that's on the stream. which is why I'm now getting bullied.
Yes, James.
Now, I said right at the beginning of this 50 odd minutes ago that things have changed this year, which I haven't told anybody about as such. I know two people know. Yeah, all right, Lisa, stop it. I see now everybody's at it. And luckily I'm the one with control, so I don't have to show the messages. Yeah, so Lisa says yes, James. I know. I sometimes am very panicky about stuff, and I'm always around. Mr. Skiffin, it's just that you'll be here with us is more than we can ask. Indeed, yeah. Even if everyone joins for the fellowship, and that's all it's worth. Yeah, indeed, absolutely. So yeah, so take your breaks, etc. But the big change this year is partly down to our colleagues in America, partly down to our colleagues in StreamYard and Facebook. And the reason I say that is because Facebook has decided, in its infinite wisdom, as of this year, that he would no longer allow streams in groups. So our group, which this whole thing's about, and participants are from, will not be able to see this streamed in a group at all, which is a real shame. However, I might get around it by adding my page, the model officer's page. I think I can get around it that way and stream to that. However, it'll only be there for 30 days and then they delete it. And you're only allowed to have it go for so many hours or they delete it. So, oh well, Facebook, never mind. So that's given, because what we've always done in the past is 4-hour slots, and that allows us to take half an hour off in between, etc., and get our breaks and all that in. However, we're all adults, and I believe that we can allow ourselves to extend the episodes a little bit and still take breaks and stuff. So we will,
yes, James,
as your hosts, you're right. We will be on screen in theory, but no longer than 4 hours at a time without taking a break. But the streams themselves can be anything up to 8 or 9 hours long. So the reason for that is we will share and physically do the handover live to other regions as well as everything else. And it also means the Americans, bless them, won't forget to close down an episode and go and open up the next one. So it makes it easier for everybody, if I'm honest. So yeah, that will be out and about hopefully tomorrow, because my wonderful assistant has been working ever so hard for days and days on end with a timetable, which she felt she'd finished yesterday until I advised her that actually no. So yeah, and that's why I'm being bullied as well, is because it's payback for me being a pain in the arse.
Change.
She'll see. I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't want to go. Well, yeah, I've made the decision. It's all fine, and then find out that my maths is wrong, because that would be embarrassing. I was the chat, and the chat says from Black Hat Scale Models, false breaks. I feel bullied. And well, yeah, feel bullied. You can feel whatever you like as long as you take your break, and it's not on camera.
And you have permission.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, you won't be back on camera if you didn't. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So there you go. So that the schedule will be out. Its format, I hope, will be a little bit easier in some ways for people, not only to do the hosting but also to watch. And YouTube apparently after 12 hours it stops the analytics and all that sort of stuff. And though I'm not really bothered for a channel side, a way of thinking about the analytics, I am a little worried of the fact we've got some donors of stuff that we've said we'll advertise, which we are on the website all year round, but obviously during the event, etc., and talk about them and stuff. So it's only fair that we make sure that could be picked up in the analytics for YouTube, etc., and everyone gets a bit of a boost, etc. But it is all about community at the end of the day. Very, very important that we get that across. No one is more special than anyone else at all. So it doesn't matter if you're a host or a participant or a volunteer or a donor or whatever. We all are at the same level. We're all part of the same community, and that's how it always should be. So that is everything that I can think of. Guys, is there anything you want to add? Carl?
No, we pretty much covered everything. Like I said, just get ready and enjoy yourselves.
Yep.
Bill is just saying, no, I didn't know it could be any scale. That changes things dramatically for him. Absolutely. Yeah, no, any scale whatsoever.
That just throws the cat amongst the pigeons for him. He's going to be like, I could do that one, I could do that, I could do that.
Yeah, he's now going through his Dutch drawers to see what Dutch things he can throw at a diorama. That's so funny. I wish I had a picture of Dutch drawers. I know what I meant.
It's one of those phrases.
Oh dear, it's died already. Yeah, yep. So that's he's all I didn't know Dutch. I didn't know they did Twitter in Dutch, but fair enough. So that's everything about this year. That I'm going to drop a little hint about next year. I know it's early. We haven't got this one out of the way yet, but it needs to be said. So this is our 9th year of doing this. It's going to be an amazing event. We're going to raise tons of money, however much that may be, and we're going to talk about mental health and raise awareness of the subject, etc., massively. So with all that said, next year is our 10th year, and next year will be a special year, obviously, because 10 years is a special thing. And how these lot have put up with me for 10 years and not run for the hills, I have no idea, but they have. So we've got some special things that we'll be doing for the 10th year. It's not been finalised, in some cases not even discussed, but we have some ideas and we have some things that we will throw out throughout the year to the build up, because I'm hoping come that year we will have a load of other bits and pieces in which we can help with. So that'd be pretty cool. But one of the things in which we will be doing is we'll be doing a very special commemorative 10-year something. Now we've done patches. It could be a patch. Might be something a little bit more special. But you'll have to keep your eyes and nose to the ground to see what's going on, and keep your eye on that news flash that comes up at some point. But we'll mute some ideas around and bundle some bits and pieces over the weekend, because I'm sure you'll all be watching all the time and being apart from your breaks, remember.
Yes,
well,
James.
can you watch for 40 hours?
Yes, James.
I don't know. Anyway,
can't. No, you're not.
Yeah, you have to take your breaks. You have to take your breaks, but you can watch the bits you miss by going back and watching them another time. So you can, in theory, watch 48 hours, but just not all in one go. Anyway, anywho, keep an eye on that. We've got some special things, and if you've got any ideas, something that you want maybe for next year, now's the time to start giving us ideas and thinking about it through messages and emails and stuff, which you can do through the website 48-48.org, and the website, the email address is super easy. It's called contact@48-48.org. How amazing is that? So there you go. Crazy. I can't believe it. He has been a member for 14 months, don't you know?
Wow.
Thank you very much. There better be socks and coffee cups for the 10th. Oh, well, yes, there will be cups. Socks is an issue right now. We had a whole list of things in which we wanted to do this year, but we couldn't get hold of. So from the 23rd of March, Carl is going to have his suitcase packed and he's going to be off flying around, sourcing all these parts, bits and pieces for you for next year. And that's his whole mission all year.
Socks are a priority.
Definitely. Can confirm watch replay on tablet while live on phone. Okay. I'm not. I don't even know quite how to answer that. I figured it a whole year, a year to fix. Yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry. No, I've missed a bit. That probably relates to that. Also, helpful for sniping. Oh, yeah, indeed. So bid like you mean it. Indeed, yeah. Just be aware if you want some entertainment and you don't mind the late nights, watch some of the US auctions live or go back and watch them, whatever, because they're amazing. They really are amazing. Well entertaining, I can tell you. And Mr. Crazy there and his colleagues do like a snipe. But I think there's going to be quite a few of those in all the auctions this year. I got a sneaky feeling. And one last thing, just to remind everybody about the auctions, just popped into my head. Now, I don't have a problem with you buying something in America or in Australia or in the UK if you don't live in those regions. I don't have a problem at all. However, without getting into the politics of it all, let's just remember the world is a bit of a strange place right now. And postage is extremely expensive. Shipping is extremely expensive and it will be at your cost. So if you buy a lot or bid a lot, you will be expected to pay for it. And the postage will be down to you. And if that ends up being 3 times what you paid for what you bidded on, you were warned. If it came to it and you had to back out and couldn't pay for it, I would be miffed. But I could understand, but there is a penalty to it. If you're outside of the region and you can't pay for an item you bidded for, you will be banned from bidding in the following year. Might be a bit heavy, but I want to make sure everybody is aware of those two things because that will put anyone off who might chance it. Please don't chance it. If you can't afford it, don't do it. There are people that can and there are people that do. And I don't have an issue with it, but this year especially with everything that's going on, the postage is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And the last thing you would want is it to be in a container ship stuck somewhere and then in flames and never see it. So, yeah, just think about it. It's a very testing time for the industry of shipping stuff around. So on that note, I want to say a big thank you to Steph and for Carl for being with me this evening. Without your support throughout the year and things like this, I would be working incredibly hard. So thank you so much for your help and the wonderful Lisa who's behind you. Really, really grateful for that. We've covered everything in the briefing that we can. We've covered all the different areas and all the different things I can think of right now. If there are any questions or any concerns that you might have as a participant, drop us a line through contact@48-48.org, and I will answer it as soon as I see it. Now, one thing to remember, this isn't as good as it was, so I will forget exactly what I said the moment I switch this off, let alone when I see your email. Unless I answer it there and then, I will forget and come back to it another time. So don't worry too much. We will get to it. I will get to it. So there you go. That's it. I wish I could play you out with the funky music and all the other stuff that I had pre-arranged and preset, but I can't because I've stuffed up somehow. I don't know how. So it's a goodbye from me.
That's a goodbye from him.
So see you all next weekend on Friday at what time?
6.
5:30.
7:30. Your time zone's when you start. If you want to watch it, you're in the UK and the US. The times will be there for when it starts in Australia on the timetable in your area. But until then, ta-ta!
Bye.
Ta-ta.
Keep
Bye.
modelling. Bye.